Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at how we're gonna build the body. Again, we're just gonna lay out the basic structure, and we're gonna work with again some primitives, very similar to how we started the head. Even though I am building it separate, I'm always keeping in mind that they're gonna be joined together. So the four faces that we laid out here at the base of the neck is actually we're going to make sure that we have exactly the same number of faces on this cube right here. So we're going to start pretty much the same with the body. Let's go ahead and smooth it twice. There we go. And you can actually see right here, this is the four faces that we're going to use later on for the neck. Let's just make this object a little bigger, something like that. We can grab all of these faces. That's going to be 8 faces. We're going to lift them up. So that's going to be the neck right here and the beginning of the shoulders. We're going to actually take these two edges and lift them up, but again, before we do that, let's ensure that we have our symmetry. And this is the chest. There we go. This area we can kind of scale down a little bit. And push down for the pelvis. Kind of like this. Again, not all the proportions are there. We're gonna get to that shortly, but the main thing again in the beginning is to ensure that we have the proper alignment of all the primary edges and the edge flow. The rest is just the refinement and pushing points around, which is what I'm kind of doing right now. Okay. So you can see it's kind of starting to develop. Right here, we're going to take a couple of our faces from here, and we're going to start extruding the shoulder. Actually, let's take 4 right here and use our extrude. Just like that, just a tiny bit. So we can see what we're doing. The rest we're just gonna start grabbing our edges or faces or vertices and start pulling them up. So as I pointed out before, these are the 4 faces that we're going to use to extrude the neck. There we go. Depending on the proportions, or at some point we're going to merge them. But at least we have acknowledged it. Now we know exactly where these points, where our 2 separate geometries are going to connect. go. Let's give it some nice curvature. There. Let's also rotate a little bit the base of the model because we want sort of somewhat an indication of a nice S shape. There we go. And as you probably realize, this is where we're going to have back of the character. You can see here that's going to be the side, which we can push a little bit more. Let's bring this closer. So notice that importance of the upper body is that we've got this U shape for the chest, and for the pelvis it's important that we've got this sort of a V shape from where our legs are gonna be extruded. So as far as the arms, let's actually maybe finish up the arms. Before we extrude the arms, we're gonna do another loop right here because we want to work again with 4 faces. So we'll use the connect tool to add an edge. There we go. Just like that, and again it's sort of a good idea to relax the existing geometry. Don't let those vertices run away too far. And the base of the arm is going to be extruded again from these 4 faces. Let's offset it. And it's a good idea before we move any further with extruding the arms is to maybe go to the side view and make a nice rounded shape right here, because we do want our arm to be nice and rounded. We'll use a regular extrude at this point because I just want to pull it along the world. What's going on? Extrude. That is very, very strange. As I said, a lot of times what we want to do pretty often is delete history that may resolve some of these issues. Okay, there we go. Actually, fine. Let's just use our toolkit since that's what we are used to. So I'm just gonna do an extrude but I'm not going to do any offset or any movement in Z. Just like that. We're just gonna grab these faces using the move tool and pull them straight out. There we go, that looks correct. Okay, let's stop right here, and before we move on, and in the next video we're gonna go in and actually define the legs and the rest of the arm.